All right, what we're looking at here in a crawl space, these are wedges that have been put in on top of the rim joist that they've replaced. Above is the floor joist, the bottom is the rim joist, and they put in a number of these wedges to support the floor joist there above. This is not an adequate repair. There should be other material below that. It shouldn't be just spanned with wedges. Yeah. And that's the repair over on this other side. We'll get some better view of that, and I'll provide some explanation in a moment. Okay, we're in the crawl space. This is the northeast corner, and this is a pressure treated 2x6 that's been set in on top of the foundation. From what I can tell, it does not span in under the upper floor joists, so this is an inadequate repair. Okay, this is additional repairs. They've added some piers here. It goes down this other end. Here's some additional repair that has been performed. Okay, so this is a repair point for some corrosion that we had. This is our main supply line that comes in from the city. The galvanized has been removed here in this case and brought back over here to tie back in to some additional galvanized plumbing. Okay, pointing out some additional repair. This is a 2x8 that comes across here. This was just all on its own prior. They've added some support columns here where it ties back to the foundation. I want to give some additional explanation as to what we're looking at here. These are the floor joists that span the west side of the house. These floor joists span from west to east and tie into a 2x6 and with a 2x4 underneath. Provides inadequate support for this load. So we're carrying the entire load of the floor on the west side of the house onto a 2x4 that's attached here to this 2x6 and 2x4, and we should be looking at a beam like this beam that runs the center line of the house, and I'll give some more explanation of that here in a moment. But those floor joists now span to the front and rest upon the top of this 2x6, and that's not enough support for the floor system. So this repair is inadequate at this point. And needs to be addressed. I'll give some additional explanation as we look around to the west side of this, and you'll be able to see a better explanation of this 2x4 situation. Okay, I wanted to give a better view here of the back side or west side of this. And you can see that this is, this 2x, and this has got a 2x4 on the front of this. That does not provide adequate support. I mean, it's not even on there, not enough on there to give it much support. 3/4 of an inch maybe. And that's the way it is all the way down. So this is the major part of the concern here tied that in. I mean, this should be, this, again, like I said, mentioned before, this should be a beam here that spans this width. Okay, I'm going to point out the same thing over here. This beam that runs the length of the house, the width of the house, this beam here should run all the way over to the foundation. And it does not. So it stops here, and this section should be supported by a beam equally as thick here, over here, not by, you know, 2 by 8 or 2 by 12 laying flat. When a 2 by 8 or dimensional lumber lays flat like this, the strength does in that support strength lays in the opposite direction, not laying flat. It has to be in this direction in order to have adequate support. So this is not an adequate repair here because we are carrying load from this back corner of the house up here to this with inadequate support. It's just giving another view here. This is the back side of that other piece that should be spanned with a beam, not a 2 by 8.